Hey friends, Jason here with my wifey Alyson.
Hey!
We are broadcasting from New York City.
New York City!
Just around the corner from Times Square.
Yeah. This is month 17 on tour, living full-time on the road in our little RV. We named him Benny.
People have been asking us to make a podcast about our adventures on the road. So Alyson, guess what? We have been on the road. Do you know how many days?
Oh my goodness. No, I have no idea.
Okay, I have it right here. 486 days.
486?
But this is the first time that we are sitting down to talk about it.
Oh my goodness.
So here we go. The Blank Canvas Tour is the name of our live show and new album. We launched the tour in Portland, Oregon, and now the tour has brought us here to New York City.
Woohoo!
And let me tell you something about New York City. All right, Alyson, everyone knows that you are so polite, like to a fault. Like if someone steps on your toe, you won't even move your toe. Everyone loves your smile. On Facebook, they always tell me they love your smile. You're just so much joy. And you're just so, but you have joy, but you're also just so chill. Like I don't want to get in the way. But then we come to New York City, and my friends, I have seen a version of my wife that I have never seen before.
I'm a New Yorker now.
You are a New Yorker.
I am a New Yorker.
Let me give you some examples. All right, I wrote these down. Okay, first of all, my wife never honks.
Oh my goodness.
Never.
What are you gonna say?
Well, like even if someone's gonna hit us, you're like, but I just don't want to be rude. So you just don't honk.
No.
But then we get to New York. We get into the Bronx.
Oh yeah.
And there's like this teenage couple in front of us, kind of parked in the intersection because they're busy making out.
Yeah.
And you honked at them.
Yes.
Twice.
Yes, because it was green and they were not going.
And they were busy making out.
I had to.
But then you jaywalked.
Oh yeah.
And this girl always follows the rules. Never breaks the rules. But, okay, I caught you jaywalking. I caught you directing traffic at one point. You decided to take you got a bike. And you biked across, what was it, Williamsburg Bridge?
Williamsburg Bridge.
At night?
At night, yeah. I know, it was a lot of fun.
By the way, we like to go to bed at like 8 o'clock. That's no joke.
We are early birds.
We like to go to bed by 8 and then like watch a movie and then try to be asleep by 10, wake up by 6. We get our full 8 hours. Yeah. But like, we've been up till midnight every night. You just became, you're a New Yorker now.
I'm a New Yorker now. I know.
What is it about New York? Because even your creative side, you've been up late writing. You've been writing scripts for the Llama Show. You've been helping direct our music videos and being so creative. What is it about New York that brings out the side of you?
I think everybody in New York, it feels like they're really creative in some way.
Yes.
Maybe not every way, but at least a little something here and there.
Yes.
They're really creative, and so then it's just like it kind of brings out the best in me.
You're like feeding off of that.
Yeah, exactly. And then also I think when you were talking about the honking the horn, I think maybe that has to do with because in California where we're from, it's like people don't really honk the horn unless it's like kind of like you're doing something really, really bad. Like you're really breaking the law or something. You're kind of going around not waiting you're in line or something. But here it's kind of like people are like not doing it in a rude way. They're doing it kind of like,
I'm here.
Hey, I'm here. Don't hit me. Yeah, don't hit me. Yeah, exactly. Or like, in fact, or go around and it's like that kind of like over communicating. Yes. But no,
not being mean.
But it never really feels like
it's I'm here and I will run you over.
Yeah,
but
and
like not in a mean way.
Well, the way you say it like that. Maybe.
Well, when we went to Coney Island, we were location scouting for music videos and went to Coney Island.
Yeah.
And at one point, everyone did feel like they were in a bad mood because they're like, remember there were like 10 cars all honking at each other?
Yeah, but they were kind of doing it at like the first third of time, it was like they were honking, but the last 2/3, it was like they're just doing it for fun, like they were making a song.
Well, I felt like I was being left out. And we were on the little moped.
Yes.
So I decided to add my horn to it.
Yes.
But everyone's horn was like, honk, 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 honk. And mine was like, beep.
Yeah. Beep, beep. And a little moped is just a little Roadrunner beep, beep.
Well, when we return, we're going to talk about ninjas in Brooklyn, adventures with the Amish, and a gun to the head? Wait, yeah. We'll be right back.
Welcome to the Jason David podcast with Jason David and his better half, Alyson. Join them on the road as they tour across America with their band, I Am Untitled, covering tour life to RV life and everything in between. It's hard to put a label on it. I Am Untitled presents the Jason David Podcast.
And we're back. Let's take some phone calls here. Just kidding, it's a prop phone. All right, what are we going to talk about? Oh, we've actually been, this is our second time in New York.
Yes.
The last time we were here, we were actually here for a photo shoot for Blank Canvas, for the album Blank Canvas. And so all the pictures you've ever seen of us, the album cover, all of the singles, that was all taken here in New York City. There's this cool little RV park that's like on the back lot of a sound stage in Brooklyn. Sound stages where like they film Only Murders in the Building on Hulu with Steve Martin. Like a lot of big shows happen there. And so we're parked there. So to get to the photo shoot, and last year we didn't have the moped, and so we had the beautiful sounds of New York.
It's the sounds of New York.
So we had to actually take the ferry, and I had to do it with the drum on my back, and I was holding the guitar and all the props, and then we had to walk like 5 miles. We walked past Grand Central, Times Square, 5 miles to get to the photo shoot. I arrived and I was just drenched in sweat.
Yeah, it was pretty sweaty.
And smelly.
Yeah.
And in fact, speaking of smells, my wife never complains about anything. You've had one complaint.
Oh, yeah.
You've had one complaint about New York. What is
yes,
this complaint?
Okay. Yeah, my one complaint was that it kind of like smells a little bit like cigarette smoke walking through the
like
city.
Everywhere.
But I think that's probably any big city, you know, that's how that
But
is.
especially here.
But especially here,
Can I let you in on a secret?
Yeah, tell me.
So here's what I do. When I walk by someone who's smoking, and specifically if they're smoking in a like non-smoking area, right?
Yeah.
I try to fart.
What?
Like, and ideally a smelly one.
What? Are you serious?
No, there's not even a joke. Because if I have to smell them, they should have to smell me.
That's a good idea.
That's how
That's a good idea.
So that's my advice to anybody if you want to deal with that. All right, but let's talk about, I got some notes because this time we're here in New York City, and we actually started in the Bronx. We had our first show that we've ever had in the city.
Yeah.
We did our show in the Bronx, and
it was a lot of fun.
I lost 80% of my tongue to stage 4 cancer.
Yo perdí el 80% de mi lengua al cáncer que estaba en una etapa 4.
Actually, Jason.
Yeah.
A lot of people have actually asked us at different shows, and so I thought maybe we can answer their questions. Because sometimes people ask us questions, and I kind of forget that it's like obvious to me, and I'm like, oh, wait a minute, we should probably answer these questions.
Yeah, what's the question?
So people ask me, they say, okay, well, because you guys are going around to different countries and different places that they speak different languages.
Canada, I don't speak different languages, but the
maybe not Canada, but the Philippines
for 3 weeks.
And then you were just in the Bronx at a Spanish-speaking church.
Yes, that was really cool. That's right.
So when you were there, how is it to, you speak English?
Yes.
So how is it?
And I only speak English.
Yeah.
And not even that well because I have the speech impediment.
No, I think they like it.
Oh,
but
so nice.
still, how is it with a translator? You probably.
Yes. Yeah. When we did the show in the Bronx, I had a translator, Pastor Oscar. He was amazing. But here's the trick is because for those who don't know, I lost 80% of my tongue to stage 4 cancer. I was told I would never speak again, never sing again. By the time I could speak, I sounded like Sid the Sloth from Ice Age, the movie Ice Age. And we even wrote a song about it called Sounds Like Sid.
He sounds like Sid.
Ha, yep, it's true. Yes, I do. I sound like a kid's cartoon. Ha, yep, it's true. Let me tell you a tale or two.
Meet Jason, a wee little boy with dreams to be a rapper. Oh, look at the little guy go. Oh, wait, what's this? His new nemesis, cancer.
My doc told me I had really bad luck. That's not scientific though, I looked it up. But you know what? At least I sound like that dude from my favorite cartoon when I was growing up. Sid the Sloth, that was his name. I silly little critter from the movie Ice Age. It's true, he was my fave, and I used to do impressions of him on the stage. They left without me. They do this every year.
It's in the slot.
We just embrace it, because this is how I sound. It's my disability, and I can't hide it. But I'm not going to let cancer rob me of even more. So I'm going to keep speaking and singing, even though I do have this speech impediment. But what's hard is sometimes people have a hard time understanding me in English. But now my translator has to translate me from English to Spanish.
Yeah.
So he has to listen to my lisp and try to understand what I'm saying, and in the moment then translate it to his language. And so I did one thing in the show. We always perform Sounds Like Sid live. If you don't know, it's a song about how I sound like Sid the Sloth. It's a really funny song. I perform it live every time, and so I actually got my goal was I'm gonna get my translator to do the voice of Sid the Sloth.
Oh my!
I think we have a clip of it. This is Pastor Oscar translating me doing my impression of Sid the Sloth, and he did it too. Anyone familiar with Ice Age? Do you want to hear my Sid the Sloth impression? You have to do it too, by the way. All right, right, and you have to do the voice. So listen, hear how I do it, ready? Okay. They left without me.
Do it again.
They left without me.
They left without me.
Woo! They do this every year.
They do this every year.
Why?
Why?
Does anybody love me?
Doesn't anybody love me?
Anyone who cares about Sid the Sloth?
Doesn't anybody care about Sid the Sloth?
Hey, come on. That was so good.
Oh my goodness!
He did a great job.
That's really funny though. That's too funny.
But we've had some adventures here in well, the first thing we did, I had a lot of people when I said we were going to the Bronx, they were like, be safe. Like,
And these were people who used to live in the Bronx.
yes, people who grew up in the Bronx.
Yeah,
and maybe back in the day the Bronx was like, and maybe it still is, I don't know. But anyway, so we asked someone who lived there. We were like, hey, is it like safe? So we were gonna go for a walk to get some food. We were like, is it safe to walk?
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, it's safe to walk. Like every time
he starts whispering.
Yeah, he
whispering.
would talk to us out loud. We were talking about like food or whatever, and then we'd be like, yeah, but just to make sure it's safe, he'd be like, yes, no, it's very
So
safe.
he starts whispering. He's like,
he's like,
just
look
don't
around.
walk this way. Walk
"It's safe."
this way. And then he told us the route to get
feel very
there.
safe every time he had to whisper. And then one kid almost crashed into you. He was on his bike, and he literally was like, whoa, and he almost crashed into you, and right when he missed you, do you remember what song he was singing?
I forget what it was. What was it again?
He drove away from you in his bike right after he almost hit you, and he was like, they see me rolling, they hate it. And we just hear him in the background, trying to catch me riding dirty, trying to catch me riding dirty, trying to catch me riding dirty. And he was like 7? How, you're a teacher. How old is he?
He's probably like 8 or
8?
It was funny though because it was like he had this. He was like a musician and he was just putting a musical to his life.
Yes.
So then he was like, we were in a musical. His musical.
Speaking of musicals, so as soon as I heard that song, I have music in my head and I start snapping, right? And I'm just walking through the street snapping. And then you told me, you were like, Jason, stop, because you look like a jet.
Oh, yeah.
What was this a reference to?
Yeah, from the musical, what is that musical? The Jets and the...
Jets and the West Side Story.
West Side Story, that's it, yeah. That's
right. Where it's like there's white guys who like snap, right?
Yeah.
There's like a gang, and then there's like a Puerto Rican gang.
Yeah, and then we're in the Bronx, and so Jason was just like snapping around.
I'm just snapping, and we looked around, and I'm the only white guy there, and it was all Puerto Rican flags.
Yes, but I was thinking to myself, like, it's a lot of, like, Jason, if you don't know my husband, he is very, very musical. So he is always like writing a song, or like he is always, he could just be if he bumps into something, he'll write a song about bumping into something.
Make a beat out of that.
Yes, and if he's doing the laundry, he'll be like he's sorting the different clothes and he'll come up with a song. And so then it's like there he was like walking down the street like snapping and
apparently I looked like a racist white gang member from the 70s
like,
or whenever that movie came out.
I was like, you're reminding me of West Side Story. That's
but you know what I love though is the diversity, like especially going through Brooklyn, because all of a sudden you'll be in one section and like it's just one community, and then you turn the corner, it's a completely different community, and then you turn the corner and it's a mix of 3 different communities, and it's like it's a great mix of diversity, but also unity, because everyone accepts, well, from what I can tell, I've only been here for a few days, and I might be totally wrong, but like, it seems like everyone just accepts that there's a bunch of cultures here, and like, I'm okay with that. You know, and I'm one of them, and I'm proud of my culture, and they're proud of their culture, and they get to experience each other's cultures, and I thought that was really cool. So we've been loving it here.
Yeah, I do, and I like that because I think coming from California, I think, I don't know why, but I think in California, it's almost like people kind of maybe adjust and adapt to California. So then I kind of, so even though we've always grown up in a diverse area, I always thought like, oh yeah, you know, it's really diverse around here, of course. But then it was
visually diverse. Everyone's like, oh my gosh,
but they kind of,
Orange County,
they kind of
talk like this.
Yeah, right. And they've kind of like,
no offense, Orange County.
And they kind of like adapted their culture to.
That is true.
To California,
but out here it feels like no,
they're proud of that.
They did not become New York. New York became them.
Yes,
like New York is all these.
Exactly.
That's beautiful, babe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like heaven. Like I imagine heaven. I know this sounds crazy. There's a lot of parts of New York that do not feel like heaven, but it does feel like, as far as just the diversity of cultures and the nations coming together, it's really cool.
Yeah.
Now we were in Brooklyn. And we did an interesting exercise, because people do ask, like, you live on the road full time.
Oh yeah, that's another question we get.
How do we get exercise? And so Alyson,
yes.
How do we get exercise on the road, and what is your favorite exercise that we do on the road?
Okay, so it is really hard because being on the road, we don't have like our normal routines that we used to have in California. So because of that, we have to find ways to exercise. So a lot of times we're just like in a big parking lot because, Jason will be speaking at, whether it's like a hospital, a church, or a charity event, school. So a lot of times we're in just like big parking lots. And so we kind of thought, okay, how can we exercise in a big parking lot?
Yeah.
So we have a pickleball court.
Yeah.
A portable,
a little
mini portable pickleball court.
We just whip it out,
snap it together, and then we play pickleball. And we didn't used to do that really.
No.
But now
we need to, because sometimes we'll walk and I'll just be out of shape. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, so
I need to exercise.
Being on the road, because like when you live at home, you have your routines of like, okay, I'm gonna go to the gym on like, I don't know, Tuesdays and Thursdays. But with us, it's just like there is no gym. There's not really routine. And so we have to create our own routine, and we have to kind of be disciplined about creating that routine. So then we'll say, okay, on like,
and we're not that disciplined, because the other day we were walking we were like, hey, let's get exercise around Brooklyn. It was like Brooklyn, Williamsburg. And then we were walking, and we saw a Trader Joe's, and we thought, oh, we can get something healthy, healthy snack.
Yeah, that's true.
And then we walked into Trader Joe's, and you can either take the stairs or the escalator. And what did we do?
We took the escalator.
We took the escalator.
That's true.
So we're really not great at getting this exercise.
We attempt.
But speaking of exercise, in Brooklyn, right near where we're staying at the RV park, there's like a ninja school that like all the public schools go to, and they train. All these kids are training to become ninjas. What is this? You're a teacher. You did field trips. What is this?
Well, I think because it's like an after-school program option. So then this ninja parkour place like has a little shuttle that goes to all the schools after school and picks them up if their parents sign up for it. And then they take them, and then they learn parkour or how to be a ninja.
So maybe Brooklyn is not safe if, like, you have to send your kids to ninja school.
I think it's
just to survive in Brooklyn.
I know. I don't know, but
it looked cool. We wanted to do it.
It looked fun. It looked like kind of like gymnastics, pretty much, like cool gymnastics.
It was cool gymnastics.
It seemed like kind of cool.
But the main reason we were in Brooklyn was to shoot some music videos.
Yes.
And we got to shoot. I'm really excited about this. We shot "Speak Love to Me." It's a brand new single.
Yeah.
"Speak Love to Me." You play violin on it.
Yes.
Beautifully.
Yes, it's really
but
fun.
what we wanted to do is take "Please No Flowers," which is a song about how when I got diagnosed with cancer, I didn't tell anybody. And then someone posted it on Facebook, and then all my friends found out, and my Facebook page blew up with like 200 different comments on my Facebook page of just like, Jason was a good singer, Jason was a good friend, Jason was, and I felt like I was at my own funeral, like my own, it was like a eulogy.
Yeah.
And I thought, one, like, just a really nice things to say, but two, I never knew you thought these things about me, and I wish I had when I was younger, when I was 17 and had anxiety, and like, why do we wait till people are dead or dying to say these nice things to them?
I know.
And then I realized I do the same thing. I have the nicest things I can say to people, and I just, what am I waiting for? Am I waiting for their funeral? But like, can I just tell you something? It sounds grim, but like, when I die, if I go to heaven, like, why am I going to be like, hey guys, real quick, this Friday, I know we're in heaven and it's paradise, but you know what I really want to do? I want to go attend my funeral. I would love to be in a spot where everyone's wearing black and crying, and they're all going to say things that they never said about me.
Right.
Why would I do that? No, I'm not. I'm going to be busy like partying with Jesus or dancing or whatever. I don't know what I'm going to be doing. But I'm not going to, I will not be at my funeral.
Okay.
So don't wait for my funeral to say nice things. I'm just putting that out there. I'm not planning to die soon, but I will not RSVP to my funeral. And you don't need to either. Honestly, just go to Disneyland. Do something in honor of me, but don't go to my funeral.
Oh my goodness.
But like, don't wait till people are dead or dying, because those words,
I see what you're saying.
They don't help them then.
Yeah.
So I wrote this song called Please No Flowers. And I am trying to put this into practice. So I'm just going to tell, we have an engineer right here who's doing an amazing job. You're awesome. He set this up. And I'm not going to wait till you die and go to your funeral to tell you you're doing a great job. But so I wrote the song Please No Flowers. It came out on the album. And I thought, it was one of those songs where I'm like, I don't know if people are gonna like it, because it's saying some pretty like serious things.
Right. We just didn't know.
We didn't know.
We had no idea.
Then it's become people's favorite song on tour.
I know, it's been so
we
surprising.
do it on tour. We see people crying. We've had people stand up and give standing ovations afterwards. And of course, we launch, confetti flower petals at the audience. We have pyrotechnics go off. We do make it special.
Yeah.
But sometimes I feel like the song maybe gets too big, production-wise.
Interesting.
So we wanted to make a version, and we called it Speak Love to Me, where it's just me, an acoustic guitar, and 2 cellos. And you just hear the rawness of what I'm trying to sing.
That's good.
So I'm really excited. That comes out. So we shot a beautiful video of that.
Yeah.
And then I'm really excited about this one. And Alyson was the one you were directing. You were the acting coach. You were producing. You were on the camera filming everything.
Yeah.
And we shot in Brooklyn, Oh Pinocchio.
Yeah.
Which is going to be a remix to Pinocchio Knows. And I'm not going to say too much about it, because I don't think it's come out yet. But let me just tell you, I think it's my favorite music video we've ever shot.
Yeah.
So be on the lookout. It'll drop on YouTube and on all the socials and all that. But something that's really cool is when we're on tour, we actually film music videos at the different cities where we're at. And we were in Mooresville, North Carolina. That's where we shot You Are Good. And in fact, people were asking, like, it's this beautiful church that we shot in. So that was actually the church I had just spoken at that morning. We had a big show that night. And in between, I was like, hey, do you guys mind if I just shoot a music video? It was just so beautiful. And then we shot Here Comes the Better. A lot of our San Diego friends thought we filmed it in San Diego, but we live on the road full time. We shot that in the Outer Banks of North Carolina.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Next month, or I don't know when we're releasing this video, so it's not really helpful, but sometime soon, we also made a remix to Checklist called Don't Give Up. And we actually already shot that video. We've been sitting on it, but we shot a really cool music video in Atlanta.
Very special.
Yeah.
Very, very special.
And it rained on me.
Yes.
But like on purpose. We were like in this indoor rain place.
Yeah. Oh, actually, that reminds me.
Yes.
Actually, a lot of people have come up to me afterwards and asked if anything ever goes wrong on tour. Does anything ever go wrong on tour? And they wanted stories. Did you have any stories that you could think of, or do you want me to think?
I have a story about Atlanta.
Go for it.
But honestly, the first thing, I don't know if you want to share this, maybe it's a little gross, but like the first thing is when we were first learning RV life.
Oh,
and we had to learn the sewer thing.
Oh, yes. We have to clear out the sewer.
In your RV, there's like a toilet, right? You know? And like, there's a tank for everything.
And a shower.
And there's a shower and
everything. And, so we separate our gray water from our black water.
But like, then you eventually have to hook up a tube and
drain it all out.
And drain it all out.
Yeah.
The first few times, we didn't hook it right.
And we got slimed on.
We got slimed everywhere.
It was pretty gross.
So that's one of the things.
But we've learned. We have learned.
It's been a while since
it was the hard way,
on.
But we still learned.
It was a gross story. But speaking of Atlanta, the power went out in Atlanta.
Oh, yeah. So that was something that went wrong. That was something that went wrong.
There was like a crazy thunderstorm, lightning, our RV is shaking, and all of a sudden we were in the lot of the church where we were doing the show at, and then the lights all of a sudden just like pulsed all outside.
Yeah.
And then boom, I heard like a big like boom sound. And then
Yeah.
went pitch black outside.
Yeah.
So then we wake up, when it's time to wake up and get ready for the show, it's like 6 a.m. And I'm getting all these text messages from the church saying, hey, like, there's no power in Atlanta.
Yeah.
But we tour with generators because we run all of our special effects with pyrotechnics.
Yeah.
We run about 10,000 watts.
Yeah.
And that any venue we go to, we tend to trip the breaker.
Yeah.
So now we have our own generators, and so we had them. So I said, hey, why don't we do like an acoustic set, and we'll just like strip everything down and play everything into the generators. So we take about 2 hours, right?
Yeah.
To like rebuild the stage. We built the stage the day before. It had
Anyway,
all
hold
ready
on.
to
Just
go.
and at this point, I'm in the RV in the parking lot thinking, oh, we're just not going to do it because we have no power.
Yeah.
And what are people going to come to church with? There's no power. Like, think of no lights in the restroom, for example.
Right. Yeah. Tripping hazard and all that.
Yeah. So I was just thinking to myself, oh, it's canceled. I'm just going to sleep in. So
Yeah.
that's what I was thinking.
And
There's
I'm
no
like
way.
busy on stage with the whole team, and we're like, setting everything up. And then we set it all up. There's 30 minutes until church start. People are already walking in the door, and then the lights start turning back on. And I'll be honest with you, I didn't know how I felt about that.
Yeah,
Because we just
did so
spent
much
2
work.
hours stripping the stage down and
But
making it music.
I did hear some of the people I overheard them say, no, legally we can't have.
They would have canceled if the
we
power
have to
didn't turn
cancel
back
it.
on.
Yeah, so I was kind of thinking, like, it's canceled for sure.
Yeah.
And even if you did all that work for it, like,
And I will say, I
still-
texted my parents, and they're 3 hours behind, so
Yeah.
I texted them really early. So thanks, Mom and Dad. But I said, please pray, there's no power. And they prayed, and the power came back on like 25 minutes before service started.
Yeah.
And we had 25 minutes to redo the stage and put it back, and we had a great time.
Yeah.
All the pyro worked, all it was really a powerful moment.
Apparently we're not done. Hey, hey. Hey, hey. Hey, hey. Hands up, hands up, hands up, hands up, hands up. Everybody likes this. Hey, hey. Yeah, yeah. Yes, you are, yes, you are. Hey, one more time. You are good, God. You are. Make some
I want to give credit though, because it was like him and the team there in Atlanta woke up so early and they were just working so hard setting everything up and really just not knowing for sure if they could do the service or not. And then finally when the electricity went on, then they have to like reroute,
redo it,
rewire everything. And then they went and put it on, but they just worked so hard, so diligently. I could see Jason was all sweaty again.
And then you had a 2-hour show to do.
Yeah, and then the 2 hours after that.
It was a long day, but it was a great day.
But it was really, really powerful and encouraging, and I think it went really well.
And it led to one of our most hilarious improv songs.
Yes. Oh yeah, the improv
Every
song.
show on the Blank Canvas tour, we always do an improv song where the audience throws out suggestions and I sing about a song, and we do that because it ties into I'm teaching my songwriting process, and it ties into some of the Bible verses we use in the tour. And but I won't say too much. We'll show the clip. This is the improv song that came out of in Atlanta with this amazing couple we met. Ron, how old were you when you saw Lisa for the first time? All right. She was a minor. Anyone here been married for 20 or more years? Wow. 30 years? Oh my goodness. 40? What? 45, do I hear 45, 45 years or longer?
50.
50 years? Woo! How'd you guys meet?
At a high school dance.
Oh. Now, were you in high school or you just chaperones you showed up?
I wasn't in high school.
You weren't in high school? And what was it about Lisa that got you to be like, 50 years, let's go?
Yeah, it's kind of, I don't know if I want.
Yeah, no, okay, I got it. We got into Song of Solomon right there. All right. All right. I got you, man. It's all biblical. Ron. Now, were you in high school at this dance, Lisa? So you were in high school, but Ron was creeping. Okay. I got you. I got you. All right. That made the song more interesting. All right. I've got something that I'd like to say on this Valentine's Day weekend. It's about my new friend. Yeah, I wrote him this song, and his name is Ron, and he's got it going on. 50 years now. Golly, that's a long time. So in this rhyme, let me tell you how they met. It's kind of a secret, but we're gonna talk about it. 'Cause 50 years ago, high schools didn't have security like the way they do nowadays. If your name is Ron, let me hear you say, hey, hey. Your name's not Ron. Okay. Ron, how old were you when you saw Lisa for the first time? How old were you when you went to this high school dance? All right. She was a minor, but don't worry, 'cause Ron is not Drake. I'ma stay out of that 'cause I'm white. Kendrick, please forgive me. I don't want that beef. So Ron saw a pretty little girl at the high school dance, and he walked in there and he said, this is my chance. Security didn't stop me, so here is my chance. Oh, Ron. The rest of this you can find in the book of Songs of Solomon. Anytime I'm writing a song, I like to give it a title. What would you guys like to title that song? No security. Ew. Was that you? Woo. We got a poet right here. No security. We are naming this song No Security. But one more time, come on, Ron and Lisa, 50 years, come on. Respect. Mad respect, respect, respect. Thank you, thank you. When I write a song, I actually don't give it a title until I finish it. Because I don't quite know what the song is about yet until it's finished. The song might be a humorous song about how lapse security was 50 years ago in high schools. Or maybe it's about enduring 50 years. It couldn't have been easy. It's not easy. You know, many of us, we know. I mean, 50 years, that's like, what, are you kidding me? Maybe the song, it starts off humorous, but it's actually about what is love? What does it mean to be like Jesus to your wife? What does it mean to sacrifice? what does it mean to spy on a high school girl? Like, I don't know what the song is about. And I won't know until I finish it. So before I give my songs a title, I wait till I finish them. And I believe God is the same way. Because take a look at the book of Philippians right here. Being confident of this very thing, that he who has begun a good work in you will complete it. So he's begun it, but he hasn't completed it yet. Which means if I am God's poema, if I am God's poem, if I am God's song, then right now I am untitled. Which means the labels of this world do not apply to me. So when I get people on Facebook, like Sid the Sloth, Tongue Boy, Cancer Guy, none of those labels apply to me. Because they didn't make me. And I can't let their words make me someone who I am not. Only God can label me, and he's not finished with me yet. So I am untitled. Okay, Alyson, where are we headed next?
We are headed to Ohio. So Ohio, here we come. We cannot wait. And we just love Ohio so much. So much.
We're there for like 2 months. There's so many. I don't know if it's because of the Facebook algorithm, but like there's so many churches and schools and charity events and hospitals that really love what we do in Ohio. So we're there for like 2 months. But my favorite part of being in Ohio is where we record our album. It's where we record Blank Canvas. Yes. And we've already written most of the next album. So next month when we get to Ohio, we will be recording a brand new album.
Yeah.
I don't even know what it's called yet.
I know.
I do know some of the songs I am so excited for. It's going to be so good.
Yeah.
But to get to Ohio, we have to drive through Pennsylvania.
And
that's actually where I got the shirt.
Yes, because we just came through Pennsylvania, actually, and then now we have to head back through it.
Rogers' neighborhood.
And Pennsylvania, it's really funny. Whenever we go to a new state, we try to go to a museum there, or just go to a local restaurant.
The Heinz
and so we went to, when we were in Pennsylvania, we went to the Heinz Museum.
And it had Mr. Rogers' neighborhood.
Yes. And so one of our heroes, as you may or may not know, is Mr. Rogers. And so we just absolutely love him. And so there's a whole section in the Heinz Museum in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, dedicated just to him. And so we were able to go and walk around.
So soft.
And then,
I only get a shirt if it's really soft.
And so I bought him 6 of these shirts.
Yeah, so here's the thing. I love the shirt so much, and I'm really picky. Because one, I have to approve of the message on it. Right?
Yeah.
This is very positive. And 2, it has to be comfy.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I want to wear the shirt every day.
Yeah. Can you... wait, no, I have a funny story, though. Remember Dave in Pennsylvania?
Oh, no, Dave in Ohio. Dave's our producer for the album.
Dave in Ohio.
Yes.
Jason went into the studio.
I like to be comfy when I'm recording.
Yeah, so Jason had to go into the studio for basically 2 weeks in a row. Or every day for 2 weeks.
In a row, every day.
And so on the 4th day, Jason was still wearing that shirt. And so Dave was like, oh, so... do you guys need help with laundry? We have a laundromat nearby if we want.
I was like, no. This is my 4th shirt I have of this. I have worn a clean shirt every day to the studio, but they're all the same shirt.
Yeah, but they
don't know that. People think I wear the same thing every day.
Yeah, but the producer from Ohio was so sweet and was trying to hint to him
I'll do laundry.
I'll help you with the find a laundry
maybe I
for
did
you.
Smell. I don't know.
No, maybe
he was smoking. And
No.
But speaking of laughing, we were driving our moped through Pennsylvania.
Oh yes, that's right.
We were in Amish country.
Oh yeah. So basically, though, I was going to say, we actually do not have a car. We do not have a car because we have an RV. And
it's hard to get around an RV. It's hard to get the trailer that has all the pyro equipment.
So all of our gear is in that back in the trailer. So we can't have a car towing it. So we have to have a little moped that fits inside the trailer.
Like in Luca.
So basically, we have
Luca? You know the Disney Pixar?
Yes, just like Luca. That's right. Yeah. So we have a moped. And that little moped, we drive drive when we get into a city, so that way we can like save on gas money and everything.
So we're driving through Amish
Yes,
country.
go for it.
And it's really cool because in the Amish, they have like the horse buggies and stuff.
Yes, they
and I mean, and Amish food. By the way, been to a few Amish restaurants.
the Amish
food is
is
amazing.
Wow, the best.
The best.
The absolute.
The way they build everything they build is like incredible. So we're on the moped, we're driving through moped, and then we see these buggies. So we're going around the buggies, and what was so funny is they were all laughing at us.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah.
Like they would see us,
and they would
then
point
they
and
thought
laugh at
we
us.
were just like so ridiculous because we look like Dumb and Dumber because it's me on the moped and you're right behind me.
Yeah. Really, mopeds are really for one person.
It's for one person, but we make it work with two of us.
Technically, you can fit 2 people on. Only technically, and
and
we push that limit. We push the limit.
Now, Alyson, when we get to Ohio, we're also going to be making another video podcast.
Yes.
And we'll talk about our adventures in Ohio.
Yes.
But we honestly are just trying. This is an experiment.
Yeah.
People kept asking us to do a podcast, so here we are. We're doing it.
Yeah.
And we don't know if we're any good at it.
And they have a lot of questions, and so we wanted to answer
so here's the thing. I don't know what to talk about in the podcast, so if you... And this is episode 1, so if you would like to see the second episode, comment below and tell us what questions do you have. What should we talk about in the next episode? We're going to be in Ohio, so we will be able to talk about, some of the new songs, the new album, and any fun things that happen, but... Post your questions below or give us a phone call on this thing and let us know what kind of questions you'd like us to answer. But I would like to start wrapping up with my favorite segment.
Oh, yeah?
Testimonies from tour.
Yes.
These are some of the highlights. The reason why we go out and do what we do.
Definitely.
I'll tell you one. We were in Pennsylvania. We had a powerful show.
Yeah.
And a few weeks later, the pastor texted me and said, Jason, I just want you to know, I got to pray with a husband and wife who were on the verge of divorce.
Yeah.
And after, watching our show, hearing us preach, hearing us sing, they reconciled.
Yeah.
And they're getting therapy and getting help, but they're trying to make it work.
Yeah,
and
so
he's
awesome.
already seen a massive difference. And 2 weeks later, and obviously... Marriage is more than 2 weeks. It's we've been married almost 12 years. This August will be 12 years, and it's hard. So keep going at it. But it'd be. I really want to know a year from now, 2 years from now, like we're able to make it work. But I really hope there's more stories of like that where people come to our show and maybe their life was about to just completely fall apart, and maybe we can. Say something or sing something that helps them keep going and not give up.
Yeah.
We had one man I talked to. I'm when I'm on the road, I'm very candid about dealing with suicide and the suicidal thoughts I had and almost killing myself and all that. And so I share that in the show. And I got to pray with a guy. I forget if this was Virginia or where we were at. But he came up afterwards and said, hey, I just want you... He's weeping. A full-grown man weeping, saying, a few days ago, I had a gun to my head. I was going to do it.
Wow.
And just something told me just to wait a little bit. And then he came and he was like, oh my, I needed to hear your story. And he's determined to keep going. And obviously, we'll keep praying because once again, that's a constant battle. I understand that these testimonies we get from tour, it's not one and done. Like, all right, he's never going to have another suicidal thought.
Right.
But you know what? He's still here.
Right.
And that's all you got. Just be here today. Be here tomorrow.
Yeah.
Be here the next day.
Yeah.
And because your best days are always still in front of you.
Yeah. Amen.
So anyway, we just had we've gotten to pray on this tour. We've gotten to pray with 8-year-olds who wanted to kill themselves, and we've prayed with like 85-year-olds who were widows who felt why should I keep living, and they wanted to kill themselves. And then they come to our show and they laugh and they cry and they leave with hope. And so a couple things I'll say. One, if you can, come see our show. Yeah. Right now it's a blank canvas tour.
You are invited.
You are invited. They're all the events are free. You can find them if you're on Spotify. We'll tell you where to find it. Maybe there'll be a link. I don't know. We've never done this. Maybe there might be a link right here. I don't know.
Or not.
Or there might not be. Just Google it. But yeah, if you go to our Spotify, our music page, which is artist name is I Am Untitled. you can click events and see where we're going.
Right.
But so 1, come see us. But 2, if you're encouraged by these stories and you would like to see more people impacted, it costs money living on the road, doing these shows, being on tour. The diesel gas is like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And so you can support us. We are missionaries, and so you can click. Maybe there's a link. Maybe it's in the description. Maybe it's up here. I don't know what I'm doing. But maybe there's a way you can support us. Even something small, even monthly, to just kind of help us with food and gas and stuff. We would love to be able to just keep staying on the road and reaching more and more people. Alyson, before we wrap up, is there anything else you'd like to say? I know I'm just putting you on the spot. No? Well, that's all, folks.
I was just gonna answer their questions and really, just any of the questions they had.
So in the next episode. She'll have something to say.
I will have something to say in the next episode
2, coming to you from Ohio. All right, well, let's tell them how they can follow our journey and our adventure.
You can follow our journey on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, or TikTok at Jason David Music.
And you can stream our music on Spotify, Apple Music, or any music streaming site by searching the artist name I Am Untitled.
Thanks for hanging out with us, friends.
Until next time, God's best.
And God bless.
Jason and Alyson are missionaries reaching families in the home, kids in the classroom, and people of all ages all around the world. Through I Am Untitled, Jason and Alyson are currently in 171 countries, reaching millions of people through music, media, and ministry. You can support these missions by clicking this link or visiting jasondavidpodcast.com, where you can gain free access to all I Am Untitled music, as well as donate to their missionary work. Thanks for partnering with us to reach families in the home, kids in the classroom, and people of all ages all around the world.
You can follow our journey. Oh, yeah.
Hey, actually, I'm gonna start over here with the wide. Okay, here we go. Give me another one. Pretend a bunch of people are right behind it.
Thanks for hanging out with us, friends.
Pretend they're a little older. Wow. And so next month when we get... my bad.
Thanks for hanging out with us, friends.
I like that one. Did you like that one? Until next time, God's best.
And God bless. Is that what it was? God bless, God bless.
Yeah, God's best. God bless.
Okay, I just do the regular one. You do the one that's...
Yes.
Okay, do it again.
Until next time, God's best.
And God bless.